Did you know you're on fire? Did you know that you're beautiful?
What's going on, you guys? It's Erica Brady finally coming back with another video. Alright, so during this 4-day, I was actually really sick during Saturday and Sunday. It was to the point where I lost 4 to 5 pounds because I wasn't able to eat and I just kept throwing up and I just couldn't get anything in my system. So I'm still a little bit sick, but I really haven't gone to the gym for about 2 to 3 days, and I feel kind of crappy. So I just want to push myself a little bit. If I feel too sick during a movement or during cardio, I'm just gonna stop because I need to get myself ready for this next cycle that's about to happen in a few days. But I feel really crappy. Hopefully I can sweat it out. Hopefully all the sickness can go away after this. But today's plan is just to get the workout done, do a lot of little things I need to do for the next cycle. But I'm gonna bring you guys around today, and yeah, let's get going. For the people that ask, this is actually my favorite pre-workout ever. It's the mango margarita, the max tuning flavor. The only reason why I really like it is, 1, because I love margaritas, and 2, it has a little pump and it just actually tastes delicious. So I love taking it with water. But yeah. Already the crappy part about being sick is that I already feel lightheaded, and I really feel I don't like not doing this workout, and it's probably a bad idea to take pre-workout, but I feel like it's the only thing that's going to motivate me to actually fully try super hard. So I'm hoping I can get a good workout. Let's just go. So I kind of finished most of the workout. I think there was one thing I didn't do, but for the most part I'm not showing you everything I'm doing just because this is a program, Embrace the Self, that I bought, and I shouldn't be able to show you guys everything there. So it's actually Nick Bare's program that I'm trying to do right now. But I felt a little bit sick during my 3rd exercise, but other than that I sweated it out, and it's really hot, but I'm keeping the sweater on. I think that's when you know you're sick, is when you keep your sweater on even though it's hot, because you're kind of cold and hot at the same time. But it's kind of weird. But time to pick up food for Jade and drop off some food for her and her battle buddies. Before, of course.
You're all asleep. Then, yeah, I don't need you.
At 16.
Yeah.
Alright, so went to Sam's Club, but they didn't have the correct water, and the wife was taking kind of a little while because she was teaching on what kind of Red Bull she wanted. So I'm just gonna go tomorrow and do it then, because I'm actually hangry, or I'm just tired, either or. I'm probably just cranky, so I knew I should have eaten before actually going to the grocery store. So I'll do that tomorrow, and we already meal prepped for tonight, so we're all good to go. Let's go get some lunch.
Thank you for choosing the local Panda Express. Would you like to try our honey sesame chicken?
No, thank you.
Can I get for you?
Can I get a plate with chow mein, Beijing beef, and honey walnut shrimp, please? On Instagram, if y'all have any questions about whatever is going on in my life and just any random questions, so I'm gonna start answering some right meow. first one, I don't know if y'all can see, first one's gonna be, how long do you plan on being a drill sergeant? So I haven't really fully thought about this question yet, and it's actually a question that I should be thinking about, but since it's kind of the beginning of my trail time, I'm not so worried about, oh, am I gonna extend for another year, or am I planning to go up to the academy? What am I planning to do? Because my wife did ask me if I was ever planning on going to the academy, or if I want to extend, or what our next step is going to be. Honestly, right now I'm depending on how the rest of the trail time is gonna go, because I do have 2 years that I have to do mandatory before I can figure out if I want to extend at 1 more year as a drill sergeant, or it's time to put the hat down and go back to Forest Calm and do what I really want to do. I'm not saying that this isn't what I want to do, but I had so many different plans that I wanted to do prior to being a drill sergeant, so it's still up in the works. I'm thinking about what I'm doing, and being on the trail actually gave me a lot more things to think about, and seeing if I actually want to go forth with whatever I want to do prior to being on the trail, or changing my route to actually something what like I'm really passionate about. So that's something I'm still thinking about. So right now, 2 years fully, minus the few months that I already been on the trail, and then still depending on what's going to happen, if I'm going to extend or not. Turn it off. The tire throwing away my trash. A mini Instagram live video, so I'm gonna shout out some people, whoever's saying hi next. There's Rogers saying hello. Glad you have time for yourself. Just aren't hills. More Pull Monday for me. I forgot it's Monday. And then Tiffany says, hey YouTube. So yeah. So I'm watching this new show. Boom. And it's actually pretty okay for now, so let's see how well it goes. I'm already on episode 4. So we got some panda. Hopefully, I always eat this stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to keep it down and actually eat it. So this one says, what happens if you fall out of a run at basic? I'm pretty slow. So the first few runs, let's say you're doing AGR, which is an ability group run, we had kind of already based you where you're supposed to be Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or even Delta. But if you're a male, you cannot be in a Charlie or Delta run group. If you're female, then you mainly go to Charlie if you aren't that fast. Whenever you're actually doing a full run, and if you're doing a company run, or you're doing a battalion run, or you're doing a whole brigade run, you do not want to fall out. We kind of get it. We understand if you start falling out in the beginning of the whole cycles, if you're starting to fall out during the red phase, but if it becomes something that just happens every single time, then it kind of shows us that you're not willing to actually push yourself to maximum effort for you to actually run. And there's a lot of things that could happen with that. But again, it depends on where you're going, where you're doing basic, because yes, it may be tough in the beginning, it may be tough, but that's why you need to push yourself every time you run during 30-60s, 61-20s, AGRs, hill sprints, etc. But main thing is that you do not want to fall out of basic training run. If you're slow and you think you can't keep up, maybe the military isn't for you. Not saying that you need to be a runner in order to be in the military, but running in basic training is going to be the slowest runs that you will ever have to go through. Once you get to your real unit, those runs are going to be faster, especially when you're doing a company run. Especially when you're doing a company run, or you're just doing one with your squad, with your platoon, it's going to be faster and faster and faster. Whenever you're doing actually a battalion or brigade run, it might be somewhat a little bit slower, but not as slow as it is in basic training. So main thing I can tell you before you join the military, work on your run, because running is a big deal in the military. Doing some laundry right now. Doing some laundry. Gotta get this stuff pressed before I start work. Got a lot more laundry to go. Still watching some TV. I do want to fly in that drone eventually soon, but still watching some TV. But that's gonna be the video of today, because I don't know what else to show you guys today, because I kind of run and relax. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one.